mind if that's the one that puts me down.
Sit. All right, guys, I think we are back. We are here for rounds 4 and round 5. And I am here with my buddy, Will.
Hey.
Will, what's up?
Good games. It's getting tense.
Yeah, games,
The deck qualities are really ramping up.
Right? Okay, Will, tell me about your game. Don't tell me all the details about this guy's deck, but it didn't go so hot, did it?
Well, I took my first loss, but not until I had forged 2 keys. I was pretty proud of that.
That's good.
The hole in my deck is there. I knew it was the hole going in, and his deck exploited the hole in mine.
Wow, so you knew exactly where you were weak and where you might lose.
It actually made me feel pretty solid because, like, I knew where the hole in my deck was, and to play a deck that was really powerful against that hole.
You want to tell me what the hole is? I'm so interested. Give me a hint. We're dancing around it. Give me something.
I do not have the steal that I want. I'll put it that way.
Yep.
I have ways to play around not having a lot of steel, but strong steel decks are going to do well against me.
Strong steel decks do well against everybody, Will.
And the fact that I managed to forge 2 keys in a deck that was really good at strong steel, I was pretty proud of. So.
Fantastic. All right, Will. Well, thanks a bunch.
Thank you.
Good luck the rest of the day.
Thank you. I'll see you.
All right. All right, I mean, we're back. I'm going to go to the thing right now, but I want to make sure that people know how to get over. You see, I think people have to click over, and I don't like that. But I have to segment my stream.
A few things that I've realized, though.
Let's go back to the music, and I'll get people back over real soon.
But I feel you'll let me explain how I already know that you know that we're both battling change, and just about over with disguising our fear. Show emotions that reveal how we should appear. It's time to cut on through this everyday grind, pleasing all the people all the time. This meeting through friends of friends, is it the only way? Can your past help you believe in what I'm trying to say? To feel the feeling of being close to someone, to live our childhood dreams with us to floating around. Stop communicating through metaphors. Make karma a driving force. Understand for me what I'm trying to do is to feel the feeling inside of me grounded. So much of my life that I want to convey. Listen back from you in the very same way. Share without fear of being alienated. Now listen to friends' advice on how to get acquainted. It's not a case of therapeutic medication. It's just a refreshing reorientation. Not risk blowing it and ending up a fool. Is the chance just to be grounded? all out, yet undisturbed. How many more lessons in life have yet to be learned? It seems we've all gone through all of life's extremes. Sociology to Chanel and all that's in between. When have I ever played by the rules? Why should I obey what not to do? Is this real or illusion, this endymion blue? This desire for me to be grounded together, just to be grounded in you. How many more miles till I can feel grounded in you? Said leave her alone. It'd be just another waste of our time. But then there was that kiss goodbye and a promise of 20 years or less. How could I forget? Remember there was something there, something you can't really see. As the thoughts of long ago were fading away, and life takes us further from what we wanna do. You let me look again through the panoramic view. Things have been tough and I've had about enough, but I always seem to fall from what I believe. 4 years ago I just didn't know, not sure what I'm supposed to see. That's where you help me. You see, I'm at this fork in the road, and I'm afraid of where one way may lead. Then you open my eyes and help me look through the panoramic view. Someday we're gonna take that walk on the beach, that swim in the pool. I've gotta be ready, you better be too. 'Cause there's a place waiting for us, with too. My hands wait to touch you. Memories remain of a dream come true. And a friend, if only he knew. One thing I won't forget. As I try again to take that look from me. There's something they can never, never see. Cause only you and I can look through the panoramic view. Warmer on this brighter side of the sun. This journey in learning, becoming grounded as one. Past being victims from the circles round our souls, to being heroes together forever to hold. This moment in time as we reverse just a few into the desert and inside me and you. Emerge with these emblems as our powers collide. Back to the ocean, past the edges of time. Past the edge of night with me. To the summer light to finally feel summer light real. Stop for a moment, see the future with me. See all the great times, see adversity. See all we will do, see all we will be. See many more miles became our history. Past the edge of night, you and me. On city mountains we feel summer light real. Our superpowers keep us in flight, flying faster and faster toward the speed of light. How long we search for what can set us free. It was you and me. Two comic book heroes, not that different than we. May have been the first to make such history. But you're Wonder Woman to me. And together forever we'll feel our summer light real. Somewhere with style, music and endless sun. Beaches and water for everyone. Head to a town called Boca Raton. Somehow I knew my friend was right. I had to head for a better life. So one day when I was all alone, I got my travel agent on the phone. I said, send me to Boca Raton. You know, I almost couldn't believe my eyes when I found paradise. It was Meisner's dream, it was the best place I've ever seen. It was Boca Raton. The cars, the boats, and the Boca Hotel. The city streets all kept so well. Dinner and dancing all through the night. Palm trees swaying and stars shining bright in a town called Boca Raton. Boca's a place for young and old. Our Vita helped turn the place to gold. South Florida's the place to be. And the one town there that you'll find me is in a place called Boca Raton. You know, I almost couldn't believe my eyes when I found paradise. The wealth and the women are all so nice. Boca Raton and Boca Raton. Boca Raton, Boca Raton. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boca's the town that you'll find me now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boca Raton.
Let's be honest for a minute now, baby. Let's call this what it is. We're on the sidewalk of divorce now, darling. Traveling uphill nearly 20 years. It seems the only way to end the day now, baby, is to drive that one last straw and build our strength on the last argument now, honey. Continue fighting who we are. Can we move this along now, please? Cause it's taking its toll on our connected souls. We're fighting again, hey, when will it end? We're talking in lies while our relationship dies. We're spending it all, watching us fall, planning what we'll do now, with who and how. Living out the charade this past 100 days. I just wanna go home sometimes. Deep down I know we both wanted this, baby. It's the next step to maintain our lives. I'm glad each of us made the first move, sweetheart, then pretended to act surprised. You see, it's time to face my music now, baby. It's been silent for too many years. All that's left is me providing security now, sugar, for your time you say you endured. Can we move it from here now, please? Cause it's no longer a game, this time it's for real. Plan just what to do, but not how to feel. It's uncharted terrain, you must feel the same. Entertaining ourselves with our petty games. Cross the end of the line, now we're just doing time. Don't know what's the use, there is no excuse. It's in the attorney's hands, I wish they'd understand. It's affected our son, that can't be undone. We're way down Rock Island Road this time. Lost on Rock Island Road this time. I wish you could be you, like you were back when. Good with what we had before it went to our heads. I wish I could be me, whoever that was, and live how I believe and still have your love. No sooner we're through, between me and you, you devise a new plan to bring me to you. You control my heart and keep me on the line. Makes you feel so good, so you can craft a good time. Love to get through to you one time. I'm here waiting in line for you again to be mine. No, it's not gonna be between you and me. Waves of disappointment and relief all in vain. Both fighting ourselves with this chronic pain. I still feel I'm a child in this grown-up life. Then asking our child for some good advice. Leaving him confused is not his place to say how to do the right thing to get through the day. Too far to Rock Island Road this time. Too far to Rock Island Road this time. Silence is broken now, baby. I guess it's finally time to reveal the truth and the wisdom of what's going on here, woman, so that you and I can heal. Got to figure out who to be at this moment in time now, baby. Find something to believe. Get past these lies and on with our lives now, lady, to a place beyond our grief. We're just fooling ourselves this time. So on with the show, let's see how this ends. Watch these kindred new lovers start over again. Deal with visitation for a couple more years. Our proudest moments and our deepest fears. This'll take forever. Who's kidding who? Okay, I'll surrender, just tell me what to do. I'll try to stay strong, but can't stay there for long. I'm just buying time, using our equity line. I'm really crying out loud this time. Too far to Rock Island Road this time. Too far to Rock Island Road this time.
All right, and we're coming back. All right, it is time for round 4. After round 4, find your opponent.
He's right here.
No. Let me get my opponents, and we'll get round 4 started up. No, my friend. All right, we got round 4 ready to roll. I'll take it. Mastanail. The first?
First.
Alright, he's the first. Wow, he is like the first guy there.
First forever. Forever. For all time.
I like that name. Ethan. Gross. The Singularity Demolisher.
I think it's pretty badass.
That's a great name. Good luck, Ethan.
Thank you.
All right, I'll be right there. One moment. All right, here we go with round 4. Let's hit some buttons. And okay, let's take a look at Ethan's deck. We have Logos Dis Sanctum versus Mars Brobnar Shadows. We have a full, no overlapping houses. Interesting. So how do I feel about this? They both have big boards. Okay, George with his Shadows Brobnar Mars. I feel like those houses generally have more removal, so I'll be looking out for where George his removal comes in. Also more steel. There's some good Amber Loss in Brobnar and kind of in Mars. Mars has Amber is really good. There's also like Hypnotic Command and such. Ethan may have more combos. Exhume is good. Binite Rupture Graft is there. Sanctum has a lot of. I think Ethan. I'm not sure where he's going to keep have a lot of Amber control on that deck, right? I think that George will statistically have more, but Ethan might have more repay. We see Kita Disc body board control. Look at that. Binding Irons, Gongoozle. Okay, they both take a mulligan. I think Kita Disc turn 1 is fine on a turn 1 hand, but you know, to each their own. Hope you guys have been enjoying the music. I'm happy to be playing it. I'm so happy to be playing it. But we're waiting on this round. So right now, we're just waiting for this game to start. I think the round is about to start officially. All right, good luck. Okay, Ethan, starting with the Barrister Joy, a great turn 1 card. Stops opponents from reaping entirely. Wow. George with the mulligan to 5 and a 2/2/1 hand. Rough. Oh, Dunkoro. Sure. Ha. I know those questions. We'll get back to those later. Discards the Coward's End. I don't want to play that card. I think that's fine. But yeah, just play some cards, get them out of your hand, and keep rolling. Armageddon Cloak. That Barrister Joy isn't going anywhere, but against a Brobnar board, that's probably fine. George is going to have to find a better way to kill that. Maybe a way to, like, Lights Out gets rid of it really nicely. I don't know. He fights. Ethan fights into the Drummer Knot to weaken him. And Smite to die. Yeah, he really doesn't want that Drummer Knot. Ethan making real choices. So that's what his hand says, right? His hand says I'm gonna play these cards and do this thing. But look, he's got the Blinding Light. I personally Reap there, get to 3 and keep my guy on the board with the Armageddon Cloak. She's hard to deal with. And George with the Swindle for 3. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's a little mean. But it's just at the beginning of the game, so there's no threat to playing Swindle. Also just a great spot for Swindle. Doesn't stop a key, but get full value. Ethan playing cards, bouncing-deathquark. Doesn't actually have an Amber on it. Looks like it does. Look at this. Ethan with more Repay. I don't know, just Again, early game, we're jockeying for position, but George seems to be in a much better position ever since he played that swindle. I would be happy with Ethan's tempo if he still had that amber. George is playing cards. Ooh, look, the Gongoozle gets good value. There's not a whole lot of choices here. They're playing cards plus board, it looks like. Just play a bunch of cards. Lemindra next to Brend is an interesting choice. Ooh, yeah, he's thinking about it. Maybe I don't want my Brend, maybe I actually do want him to die. I don't know, maybe he'll have something else that inserts in there. And we see the Ganger Chieftain, so Ethan was totally right to be playing around the Drummerknot. You have to kill it ASAP. But Ethan finds a Disambassador. These guys are playing quick, but we're commentating quick. The Disambassador lets him, once he reaps, play and use discards from his Sanctum hand. So, seeing from Ethan's deck so far, that's a really good Dis main house, but is it enough to catch up? Sanctum main house, but is it enough to catch up? George does my favorite play, where you don't use Treasure Map for its words because it's bad. Totally fine. And George is just pushing his advantage. He sees Ethan not at a bunch of amber, so maybe he gets grafted, but really, George is just like, I'm going to make a bunch of amber because I have the chance to do it. Ethan plays a Banish, probably on Brend. Yeah, no play effects. Doesn't get the Steel trigger. That seems good. Plays the Dust Imp. And Ethan is going to let a key get forged because, I mean, what are you going to do, right? You can't stop it, so you let it happen. A little rough. Having the graft there would have been very nice, but oh well, no graft, no problem. But the problem here is that Ethan still has no keys in, what, 1 or 2 amber? I can't tell if that's actually 2. But not a key. And George is about to threaten his second key. George is just going fast, fast, fast. And the swindle was a big part of that. If the swindle hadn't hit, then George would be at 3 less amber. And more importantly, Ethan would be at more amber, being able to threaten that play. Alright, so George is going to take a turn off here. George might not actually get that extra amber here. He's going to play a bunch of Mars cards. Oh, look, the Hypno Beam is very relevantly bad here because it's a complete house mirror match. When you Hypno Beam, you don't actually change the faction of the card you steal, so it's basically just removal. It's on my board now, but it doesn't do anything. Collector Worm comes down. What a monster. Under Lemindra is elusive. So Hypno Beam is basically just a kill spell here. Maybe for Dust Imp. Dust Imp is good, but it doesn't take Ethan's main house off the board. But it could turn George into like, oh, I'm gonna get a bunch of amber when he dies. But no, he takes Merrick the Mark because it's just one of the stronger cards on the board. Puts it over there because reasons, whatever. And we see the Grump Buggy. Wow, George is... So he did get that extra amber. I forget where. Probably on one of the cards he played. But he is at 6 now. He is threatening. But the Schuler comes down. So Ethan does stop him for a second. And that's a very important. If Ethan didn't get the Schuler there, didn't stop that key, Ethan loses. So Ethan has to threaten to forge a key within a turn or two. Playing Dis again, despite having the Disambassador out, is very strange to me. But he wanted to get the Banish and the Schuler down. And maybe he didn't have enough Sanctum cards to make it worthwhile. I don't know, I can't see his hand. But the Disambassador, not getting value out of that, is a little rough. Is Ethan... Okay, Ethan is at 5 amber, I think. Hold on, I'll be right back. Yeah, now we can see how much amber Ethan's at accurately. He is at 5. I just asked him to use opaque tokens, so that's very helpful for me at least. I don't think I interrupted the game too badly. So it is George's turn, and he's holding the Grump Buggy. I wonder if he plays it. I don't think he does. Oh, he does. He puts it on the table. So Merrick the Marked, Hypno Beaming that is actually kind of valuable now. But the Grump Buggy is increasing key cost for each 5 health guy on the board. So this is a good play. Ganger Chieftain uses Merrick the Marked to fight into other Merrick the Marked. They each take 4 damage. Probably. They're going to put their damage tokens on there eventually. But then they capture from each other. Yeah, here come the damage tokens. So George is actually playing... George just changed the game. Oh my god. So Grump Buggy reads... Each 5 power guy increases the key cost of your opponent by 1. So you want to have a bunch of 5 guys on your 5 power bodies on your board to make your opponent's key cost a lot more. But it also is just a direct way to increase the value of fighting for your board. It turns board into amber control. Interesting. Now I have to think about this, because Ethan now has to play the game where he both figures out how to get board and get amber. And he was having trouble doing one or the other already. I got you. Just getting Ethan's a couple extra tokens. Ethan's a buddy of mine. Shoutouts to Joe, who's watching in the stream right now. Ethan's brother, local to New Jersey. Couldn't make it today because he has to work or something. Too bad. Anyway, so yeah, Ethan now has to play the catch-up game and the board game, which it's a little bit strange because George is staring at a bunch of 5s on the board, but he was ahead. So like, is that worth it? I don't know. I think that blue, amber, and Ethan's pool doesn't actually count. Oh, maybe it does. Okay, but Ethan's threatening to forge, I think, at either 6 or 7. I think that blue is in his pool. Joe just thanked me for the shout out. You're the man, Joe. But yeah, where do we go from here? So the Blinding Light was nice to hit the Shadows guys, just for some value, I guess, because he's never going to declare Sanctum to use Merrick the Mark. So George's board is essentially blank right now. The Gauntlet is real. Ooh, maybe he kills his Bren the Fanatic. That's 3 steal. That's a real play if he can get it off. Ooh, he gives him an Amber to put him to 7. Or to put him to 8, I guess. And it doesn't matter because he goes to 8. Ethan goes to 8. And he gets stolen for 2 by Ronnie Risk blocks. Great play. But he's not going to forge because of the Grunt Buggy increasing the key cost by 1. Whistling Darts is nice, but it captures another Amber onto Ethan. Oh wow, George has a lot of Amber. Huh, wow. Yeah, this game is rough for Ethan. He is significantly behind right now. Because now that George has taken his turn, like, he's got a huge Shadows main house ready to go. And Ethan's Mars turn isn't going to make it happen. He hasn't forged yet because of the Grunt Buggy. That's Ethan's Locust House isn't going to make it happen. But he hasn't forged because of the Grunt Buggy. And George still forges under the Grunt Buggy to get his second key. Interesting. Yeah, this is rough. Where does Ethan come back in this game? Maybe with the bouncing-deathquark that we saw him discard earlier, I think. He has to wipe the board and then make a board again, like Brain Eater. Ethan has to use the Grunt Buggy. First he has to get the board, and then he has to use his opponent's Grunt Buggy to his advantage. I don't see a lot of other ways out. The Charret is nice to slow George down, but like, it's not going to be enough. Is it double Charret? It's double Charret. At least, so double Charret Binding Irons always will buy him a turn. Binate Rupture is a dead card. You can't play that card. You will lose. So that's too bad. Maybe you can double Charret into Binate Rupture or something. Alright. Ooh, Ethan fights into the Ronnie Risk clocks, but it wants to blow up his Dust Imp and get value, but instead Ronnie Risk clocks is elusive. And George lets him take it back, which is nice of him. That is good on you, George. But that is a rough play. Ethan still has no keys. Oof. What does Ethan do? I mean, he has to play the there's the binding irons for chains, which is, an annoyance. But George doesn't need his hand anymore. Is Ethan gonna play the charrettes? He should. Yeah, there they are. So it's a little bit of a timing waste, but you have to find these cards to make George answer them so that he can get a chance eventually. Ethan has to draw very well here. Okay, so Ethan has the Brig combo, but it's a little too late for that, because when you Binding Rupture into Dimensional Craft, your opponent does Forge, and then you take all their Amber. But at this point, it's a little bit... you can't let your opponent Forge, or you'll just lose. So, that's too bad. Knowledge's Power gets him an Archive or a bunch of Amber. That's not going to do anything. I don't know. And George says, hey, I'm fine to just reap a bunch. I'm just going to take all my Amber. And then Life for a Life is going to be a very big play. Life for a Life will sack him, his Ronnie wrist clocks, and get all that Amber back off of Charette. Now he's sitting at 7, and Ethan has to answer George somehow. I think he might forge into the Grunt Buggy, but it's rough. Yeah, that was a rough play. The poke is his thing because he's drawing a card. Like, hey, I can poke you. I can draw a card. Maybe I can get out of this. But really, I think Ethan's just playing to whatever outs he has now. Standardized testing, is that a thing? Maybe? Nope. Too bad. Ethan, good game. George just got out to a very, very fast start, and that was really just it. All right, I'm gonna go over there and talk to them, but I'll be right back. All right, that was round 4. Now George is 3-1 and still alive for day 2. Ethan, 2-2. Sorry, bud, you're not gonna make the cut, but you can still play for some Amber Shards. I think that's it for right now. It is going to be a lunch break, so I'm actually going to cut the stream off. I will make posts in all of my things and in the chat for when the stream will be coming back. Rounds 5 and 6 are going to be very important because those are the ones that decide who gets into the next day and who's not. So be sure to come back for those, and I'll see you in approximately a half an hour. It's 2:40. It's 2:30 right now. I bet you that 3:05, 3:10, about then we'll start back up the stream. That's what the next round will be. So I'll see you all then.